What's good, Pack Nation? Welcome to Packin with Gary, where we discuss the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. All right, today I want to speak about a radio show and a little bit about Miami. If this is your first time visiting the channel, I want to thank you, for taking the time out. Please like, subscribe and share to, your Wolfpackers, especially ones that enjoy talking about NC State hoops. Or you can share it to any of your Wolfpackers that need a place to vent. Um, even place, to brag when that time comes. All right, so let's get into it. Coach came into the pit rolling with the jokes. Okay. Oh, my man was on a full-blown comedy tour, giving Mike Chazanel the business, the hard time. And, it was out there looking at his text messages on his phone, reading them out loud. It was a free comedy show. Made fun of his team, made fun of the loss, how bad we were in the loss. I mean, he seemed to be in, very high spirits um, after getting his butt whooped on national television. I mean, it was a lot. Everybody was laughing up a storm, but still, don't think that just removed the embarrassment that you and this team caused the Pack fans this past week. You want to apologize about bringing up the logo and stuff like that. You should apologize over and over about that loss and the way we played on Monday. Most fans didn't expect us to win, but to go out there and get beat like that on national television, that was not on the bingo card. Wade talked about how this team is, they go about things more loosey-goosey. He thinks things should be more structured. What? I don't follow that. Um, he's the coach. He controls that. So I can't speak much about that part, because I need more clarity. I don't get understand how the team can be loosey goosey and you want them to be another way, yet you're not enforcing that. Now, the major thing that Wade said that I think was huge was how our team falls down. Okay. They play for the foul call. And in a game where the refs swallow their whistle, we get smacked. It creates a fast break opportunity most of the time, and it normally leads to the other team having an advantage. All because we're playing off balance or trying to flop for a foul. I mean, Pack, think about this. If they're learning about NC State history, they should know we don't get foul calls. It doesn't go our way. Hell, at this point in the season, they should have figured that out. Coach covered Miami, and guess what? They're physical. Guess what else? They play two bigs. They dominate the glass. Guess what else? Coach said the guy from Pitt was thrown around like a rag doll against them. The same guy we couldn't move. Which guy, you ask? The guy that was 6'10", 235 pounds, Cameron Corn. We think Williams would do just fine down there with those guys at Miami. And Pack, think about this. 6'10", 235 pounds. Sounds like a monster on the boards, right? This guy hasn't had double-digit rebounds since playing us. That was 5 games ago. So yes, we make guys look way better than they are. It doesn't even matter what position they're playing. We're just that good offensively most times that other teams don't have enough weapons to be able to keep up. How wild is that to say as a Pac fan? We have more weapons. That's funny. Now, if coach is talking up physicality of this team and the toughness, Think about how much more prominent it's going to be when we actually play them. Because I'm gonna give him his props. He was asked about who was going to win the Carolina Duke game, and he said, Carolina, the home team. I thought that was a crazy pick. Well, you got that one right. You mentioned against Virginia Tech. If we played that same way that in Louisville game, we would get embarrassed. Yep, he was right. So look, if he's saying this about Miami, all I can do is hope and pray the guys listen and take this game very seriously and are locked in. Now, we know we've been dominated on the boards. Okay. How do we change that? We to play Musa, Van Allen together, bring in a Bube. Now, y'all know he's not going to do that. So, what else? That means we could play Arsenal more, right? I mean, I asked about it at the show. Let's hear the clip.
Where's Gary? Coach Gary, where's Gary? There's Gary. Coach Gary here in attendance. Gary with a question. Paul, so let's talk more about Paul. Gary asks, Paul seemed a bit passive last game, didn't score, was 0 from the field. That's not typical for someone of his scoring ability.
I don't think he was passive. We couldn't give him the ball. They were very, very physical with him. And, once the game kind of – Paul needs to be out there with Q. Q's able to get Paul good looks. When Paul's not out there with Q – the quality of his looks goes way down. And because he got the early foul, we subbed him out. He wasn't out there with Q very much at all. So they were being physical with him. And Q likes throwing it to him because he gets an assist. So Q's always looking for him. He's always looking for him and Vin because he gets an assist with those two. And Paul don't like to dribble it either. So there's not going to be like where he throws it and the guy's open, he drives it for a layup. You don't like that because you don't get an assist.
Is he aware? Is he not aware?
He's aware.
Okay.
He wants to throw it to the guy that's going to catch and shoot. And so when Paul's out there with Q, it helps both. Q's got more driving angles. Then they can if they help off of Paul, he just kicks it to him for three. If they don't, Q just backs him down and tries to lay it in. So the short answer is they weren't out there enough together, and they were able to bottle. Most teams like Virginia Tech did a great job on Paul to start, and then he got going with the transition three, and he gets going, and we have a couple sets we run for him, and he just gets in sync and he gets moving, and we just weren't able to do that at Louisville.
Follow up here, Gary. Stretch against some stronger offensive teams these final 6 games. Do you anticipate Terrence Arsenault seeing an increase in minutes, or do you feel fairly?
I hope so. He hurt himself in the Louisville game. He hurt his ankle again, or ankle and Achilles area again. That's why we pulled him out in the Louisville game. But we need Terrence. Terrence brings an athleticism. He can make some plays that other guys can't make. We need Terrence to really, really help us down the stretch. And so we need him to play more, and that's a big part of things.
17 minutes against the Cardinals for Terrence.
Now, Trey, look, guys, I am not a huge fan of his game for our team. It's not overall. He's a hooper, right? He can hit open shots, hit open threes most of the time. He's come back from an injury, so I'm giving him a pass on that. Okay? But for our team, when we're clicking, he's not what we need. We need Abel. We need Arsenal. And I'm going to continue to say that. But we're winning, so hey, if that's the way we're going to play, cool. But I do believe it's going to show that their minutes need to be more than his on this team. I would say on this team, if you're going to play small ball, which it seems like we're going to continue to do, so I've given up all hope of Wade playing two bigs because he just was reinforced that small ball is going to work. So, hey, we're a small ball team, okay? We could be just a little bit bigger if we put TA back in the starting lineup. Now, you're probably thinking, Gary, whoa, pump your brakes. And I hear you. But Just go back and look at his last four games. His numbers aren't huge, and it's not his fault. For the minutes he's playing, he's doing just fine. He's been very efficient. He's hitting the open three. And if you put him in, his defense is elite. He doesn't put us in rotation. He's constantly recovering and keeping someone from getting by him. I can't say that for Holloman. Sometimes I can't say that for Abel. I see him get beat a lot, but he does play the passing lane well. TA gives you it all. For those of you who know TA, Terrence Arsenault. Sorry, I've seen some comments about nicknames and everything like that. Terrence Arsenault is who I'm speaking about when I refer to TA. And I feel he really raises our floor whenever we have him playing a lot of minutes. Right now, I think he's figured it out. We had him starting. Hey, maybe it's fool's gold, but I think we need to put him back in the starting lineup. Now, first, let me thank all of you for watching and sharing my channel. I'm seeing other Wolfpack sites speaking about things that we discuss here in our lives and, on the comments. So thank you. Shout out to Eli. Sits with me at the pit sometimes. This channel isn't getting the credit for some of the things we're discussing, which is okay, but eventually we'll get there. So thank you. Please keep sharing and doing what you're doing. Some of you are sharing the content on TikTok and Instagram, Reddit. I mean, wherever you're at and you find this content, I appreciate you being engaged and sharing it with the other Pack fans. Keep it up. If you didn't know, it's Packin with Gary everywhere. Let's get back to Arsenal. I don't care how good Holloman is playing, which is normally meaning that he's probably hitting some shots, some threes, playing a little bit of defense. He does not add as much value as Terrence Arsenault overall. It's just we have shooting. We don't really need much more of that. We need a defender that can guard almost everybody on the court. Now, coach says, you just heard him, we need to play him more. He's going to give us a big game soon. When, coach? These games are going by quick. Now, he did also mention that he was hurt in the Louisville game, just rolled his ankle or something a little bit. So hopefully that ankle is okay because we're going to need him. Now, if we come out hitting threes, Williams is hitting threes, Paul is hitting threes, Abel comes in, his shot is on. There isn't a thing Miami can do to win this game. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but it's going to be very, very hard for them to win this game. That's a bad scenario for most teams that play us when our team is really hitting shots because we can hit them at a high clip and volume. But the spread of this game is 7, okay? Which I'm not going to lie. It's more than I thought it was going to be. If you're wondering why, it's because I thought that embarrassment Monday was going to cause people to really think, yeah, State isn't who we thought they were. And we just saw Miami beat Carolina. So thought the spread would be a lot smaller. But I'll take it. So you want to know my prediction? If we cover the spread, cool. I mean, I'm a little concerned with us having the USC game coming up next on Tuesday. I pray these guys don't look ahead. Please don't look ahead. With all that being said, say a Pack win by 12. Okay. I wanted to go big, but I have to see how guys bounce back in a big way first before I start with my exaggerated spread again. So tell me what y'all think. Who you picking in this Miami game? Do we win? What are your thoughts on Will Wade's radio show? Should be able to find it. I think NC State posted uh, the entire thing. So let me know your thoughts on that. And as always, Pack Nation, I want you to like, subscribe, share with your Wolfpack family and friends. Go Pack.